Kábíyèsí. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Àwọn ẹ̀rọ.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please all rise and welcome the man of the moment, Society, Senator Bola Tinunb.
I think come back to the normal place.
Her Excellency, Senator Gov Bola Tinunb, Deputy Governor, my Lord, the Honorable Speaker of the State House of Assembly, members of the State Executive Council here present, the Chairman, Alliance of Democracy in Lagos State Abridged Party, members of the State Executive Council and Special Advisors, Honorable members, Lagos State House of Assembly, the Secretary to the State Government, Head of Service, Permanent Secretaries, Captains and Chieftains of Industries, Your Royal Highnesses, Officers and Chiefs, media executives, great party members, other special invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I bid you all good morning and I say welcome Bukola is my name. Together with my colleague Biola Famua, we shall hold anchor to this program. I have this great honor and special privilege to welcome this distinguished audience to this epoch-making occasion. 365 days ago, history was made in Lagos when its fighter, visionary leader, able and unable governor was sworn in as the democratically elected governor of Lagos State. I wish to recall at this historic occasion, sacrosanct promises were made to the electorate. Today we are here to celebrate 1 year of purposeful leadership. Today we are here to celebrate freedom from the oppression of military. Today we are here to celebrate emancipation from the shackles of the jackboots. One man has been in the vanguard of it all. He fought both home and away, and he won hands down. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, shall we please put hands together and celebrate with this man of the world? That great American did say, the man who has breathed. There are two important moments in the life of a politician: the moment of promise and the moment of fulfillment. 365 days ago, we have all been living witnesses to fulfillment of promises, to fulfillment of hope in the field of education, healthcare delivery, waste management, name it all. His footprint has been left in time of time. It takes somebody with vision. It takes an articulate person. It takes somebody who is bold, who is courageous to really fight the cause of Lagos. Because Lagos is the state and the economic nerve center of Lagos State. Shall we please salute this visionary once again? Please permit me, I don't want to take the wind out of me. We are here to celebrate. We are indeed here to celebrate. 1 year ago, we all knew what Lagos State was. But permit me to make one just example before I invite His Excellency. One of the promises he made to the electorate was the provision of a free, qualitative education. Today, ladies and gentlemen, he has not only fulfilled these promises, among others. In the years past, education, you have to pay through your nose to have quality education in Lagos State. Carrying of chairs and desks by people at the beginning of every year. Today, he has not only abolished all these things. In fact, at the payment of 99 million to National Examination Council, one of the responding students did say, Gov Bola Tinunb has brought hope to the hopeless. He has wiped away our tears. So many children that are roaming the streets selling pure water couldn't have been if somebody has taken care of education. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please put hands?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Look that side now.
I will not add to what Mr. Diego said. There are so many things to say, but we will simply want you to hear from the authors. I would like now to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Information Strategy, Mr. Diego, to please remain seated.
I have got somebody that I will be talking to.
Alhaji Chief Bola Tinunb, Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Ufo Governor Akere, Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Dr. Olorunniyi Mamora, members of the State Executive Council, secretary to the state government, head of service, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I regard political leaders and fathers in the struggle, highly revered and respected Lagosians, the cream and the hall of the Nigerian nation here present. Exactly 365 days ago, Nigeria took a tentative step into the journey of the unknown. After a very tortuous and traumatic military dictatorship spanning several years, and after a most rigorous, exhausting, taxing battle to wrest power and rescue Nigeria from the clutches of militarism, Bola Tinunb, who was in the forefront of the fight to restore democracy to Nigeria, who put in all his material, human, and mental resources into the struggle, who was subjected to all forms of intimidation, harassment, deprivation, and finally into exile, step forward before you, the nation and God, and assume the mantle of leadership of this great state, the state that is the economic nerve center of Nigeria, the state that is the political hotbed of West Africa, the state that is the most socially upwardly mobile in Black Africa. Swore to an oath of allegiance, swore to an oath of service to these people, and by that singular act became the third civilian governor of the most sophisticated state in the most populous nation in the Black world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this was a rare feat. This was a feat of parallel. Given the man's antecedents, you would have noticed that I did not address him as Senator Bola Tinunb. I addressed him as Alhaji Chief Bola Tinunb. Because having been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria between 1992 and 1993, and having gone through the crucibles of democratic struggle, and having achieved and won the hard victory for this country and for our state, it has assumed a higher pedestal than that of the senator, and it has assumed the leadership of one of the most progressive states, not just in Nigeria, like I said, but in the entire continent. And a man imbued with a sense of vision, with a vision that is unparalleled or surpassed, with all the attributes of a fighter, and these are how the personal testimony, because I was privileged to stand by him during the dark days of the Nigerian struggle for democratic emancipation, and I observed firsthand his doggedness, his resilience, his persistence, his consistency. And towards the welfare of our people, I saw at first hand how a young man like him, who could deprive himself of all the luxuries that his peers were once to wallow in, because we had so many young men who had means, but we did not have many young men who had means and were ready to devote all their means into the struggle to emancipate Nigeria. Bola Tinunb is primus inter pares, the first ladies and gentlemen, it is my rare honor and privilege to present before you this great man of Lagos State, this dominant fighter of Nigeria, this thorn in the flesh of military dictatorships, this avowed avant-garde of the fight for the welfare of our people, this man who stood before you 365 days ago and promised you the goodies that you had been deprived for several long years of militarity. I present before you this man who has taken it upon himself to go into the international community and carry the struggle for the emancipation of Nigeria to international waters. I know for a fact that in his house in London in 1995 he spent £48,000 just to make sure that the war that we waged against Nigeria from hosting the 1995 youth football tournament succeeded. This cost the war on his own. And there are so many others. So I want to tell you about how he was dragged into detention, how he was let go from bail, and how he was hounded, and he had to disguise himself from the hospital bed when the signal went for his head that he should be brought dead or alive. And he had to disguise as one of the mallards, the beggars in town, and limping like this over the person. And from there went to the now famous Nigeria route. And even when he got there, he did not relent. He plunged himself headlong into it. And until 1998, when victory was achieved, he did venture to come back home and carry on the struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a man who did not even think of wresting the victory for himself, because when the signal was given for a return to democracy, for the practice of democratic political system, and the signal was given for politicians to come into the political arena, and I happened to be in London at the time when he was in the US, and I told him, now that our mentor, Chief Gov Bola was no more, it was meet and proper and it was imperative upon me to come and contest the elections into the Lagos State Executive Governor's office. And he said no. He did not do all he did for the emancipation of our people just to come and become governor. And I answered him, with all you have given of yourself, with all the loyalty that you gave to the June 12 struggle, Gov Bola, wherever he was, would have preferred you to be in the saddle of power at Alausa than any others who whined and died with military dictatorship. I am happy to inform you that with others that put pressure on him, he eventually succumbed, came home, plunged himself into the primaries, which was acrimonious, but at the end of the day, he emerged victorious and took the oath of office. And 365 days later, ladies and gentlemen, he's here before you to give account of his stewardship, to tell you how he has been able to chart his path along those tortuous harassments, political naivety of our people, which was also natural because we did not quite understand the nuances of democracy when this journey began. But I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, of all the governments in this country, nobody, none of them has weathered the storms that Bola Tinunb has weathered. Nobody has shown resilience in the face of trauma, in the face of attacks, personal and corporate or institutional. Nobody has been able to show the perseverance that this man has shown, the doggedness of spirit. And nobody has come at the end of the day to achieve through his vision, his stated mission. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Bola Tinunb, the God-presented governor of Lagos State. Thank you.
Hey, Brenda.
Thank you very much. May I simply say that His Excellency will have to pardon me for this. I'm not exactly a heavy prayer person, but I will do the best of it and say this, let's rise and pray. Bless this gathering. May His mercy continue to attend the life of the governor, and may all of us find peace as we sit down and hear Him out today. I ask in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you very much. Address this person.
Secretary to the state government, the head of service, my party leader, Alhaji permanent secretaries, other party chiefs, their present, eminent publisher and chief executive officers of media organizations, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly 1 year ago, I stood before God, man, nation, and the good people of Lagos State to accept the mandate that has been given by the fact of our election as governor of Lagos State. I pledge to serve the people faithfully without fear of remorse and to the best of my ability. I stand before you again today, 1 year later, as a witness of history. An electoral mandate is a vote of confidence. It is also an act of trust. It is, in addition, an expression of expectations about the duty of the elected and aspirations of the people, and the need to find a correspondence between both objectives, which are in any case mutually connected. 1 year later, we are all collectively at that moment when testimony should be given, when we should look back, not with remorse, but in sober contemplation of the nature of the road that we have traveled. I stand before you, therefore, to offer my testimonies, to give an account and to count blessings. The ultimate judgment rests with God, but in the business of public service, the people know what they want. It is the duty of the governors to respond to that need and to deliver services in a responsible and effective manner. In the last 1 year, this is what we are attempted to do to respond to the need of the people, to improve the conditions of the people, to provide an enabling environment in which civic society can flourish, and to provide responsible leadership, to serve with every ounce of energy within us, and to inspire the young, the old, the infant, and the able to begin to find meaning in government. 1 year ago, all of us in this country from the crucibles of struggle against tyranny and other anti-democratic forms. Won the battle of democracy with our commitment and the expression of our preferences as great citizens. We rescued the power from the military and gave it back to the people. It was a major victory that was won to bring changes into our lives. 1 year later, each of us can look back and give his own testimony. One thing that I see in Lagos State is that the democratic process is a learning process. And between May 29 of 1999 and now, we have had a lot to learn in this state. We all wanted immediate changes. We wanted Lagos State to begin to function again immediately. It was as if people wanted